Hello, gang. It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Tonight we're talking about do less and do it well. Do less and do it well. All right, so I'm going to come at you hot and heavy here, only because I'm so fired up about how much of a problem this is, and we don't address it that way. We sort of think it's cute, or we shrug it off like it's no big deal. But in fact, this very thing is kicking your success way down the road. You and me, you have thought that you can just do it all. Like, it's hard for some of us because we have many passions or we have many goals. And when we have all of these goals and passions, it pulls us in many directions. And so none of them get our full effort. And the challenge is if you think it's cute or you shrug it off like no big deal, you could wake up 5 years from now and be like, what have I been doing with my life? Look, guys, you can't do it all. At some point, you have to realize you can't do it all, which means, and here's the good, this is really good because if you can embrace that, what happens is you start to get very picky about what you do choose. You have to get picky about what you choose. So not all business opportunities are created equal. Not all friendships are created equal. Not all networking groups are created equal. Not all courses you pay for are created equal. Do you see, like, in your search to find answers, in your search to break through, you're taking on way too much. You're not being selective enough. For some of you, it's you're trying to serve all people. Like, so when I ask you, like, who are your ideal people? You're like, well, you're either like, I don't know, which is a problem in itself, right? Or you're like, well, anybody that needs my help, which is also a problem because that is that's the same thing. Where if you don't choose who you're serving, it's going to delay your success because you are going to be invisible to the general public. It's when you get specific about who your people really are, it starts to inform the decisions you make. If you don't have informed decisions, then it leads you back to the chaos of many, right? Where you have like all these things, all of these things to do. That's a problem. So it's funny. I the first time this really stood out to me, this was years ago. I was a CEO of a real estate company. I went to a conference, and at this conference, the speaker had said, work less and work inside your unique abilities. And this was a CEO of a company, right? Like super successful. And the advice was work less and work inside your unique abilities. And it was one of those moments for me where everything stopped and I'm like, oh my God, I need to change what I'm doing. Like I need to work inside my unique abilities. And I've been doing all sorts of stuff that aren't in my unique abilities. Look, just stop right there. Look at what you're doing, and are all the things you're doing inside your unique abilities? Your unique abilities are the 20% that give you 80% of your results. The trick is to figure out how to use those unique abilities in a way that grows your business. Some of you aren't in the spot where you can just go out and hire somebody to do the lead generation for you. So you have to figure out inside of your unique abilities, how do you apply that to lead generation? How do you create leads? How do you show up in marketing with your unique abilities? For most businesses, that is the number one issue. Lead generation. How do you create more business? So it would be easy for you to say like, well, my unique abilities aren't in lead generation or marketing. Well, what I'm suggesting is that you have amazing abilities. You are a genius in what you do. You have some gifts and skill sets that if honed, if nurtured, if improved, could go a long way in you generating leads. In fact, it's actually the lead generation piece of it is fairly easy if you could just, here's what I think your unique ability is, or here's what's unique that I think you need to focus on. That's your message. Life has taught you something. And when you start to get really clear and really good at articulating what life has taught you to the very specific people you're here to serve, and then you capture that and you use a framework to push it out into the world, we'll call that marketing, The mechanics of marketing are fairly easy. The part that everybody gets stuck on and sort of overlooks is the importance of you speaking your truth to the world. That is your unique value proposition. That is your unique contribution to the world. Nobody sees it quite like you. So, as we, at the time of this recording, winding up 2019, it is the middle of December. You have an opportunity here in the next year. And if you're listening to this on a replay sometime down the road, like, the good news is you always have an opportunity to start fresh tomorrow. Start fresh today with what are the vital few things I need to focus on in order to get me to where I want to go. And it's not let me do a million things. It's let me figure out and be very strategic and intentional about picking the few things that I know are more in alignment with myself than out of alignment with myself. Okay? Congruency. Let me set my phone down and show this to you. Congruency looks like this. Okay? There's who you are as a human, your values, your gifts, your unique abilities. There's who you are. And then there's what you do. What you do in your business, what you do in your lead generation, what you do with your clients, what you do at home. There's who you are, and there's what you do. Now, the closer these two things get together, the more congruent or aligned or authentic you are. So Gary Zukov defines personal power as your personality being in alignment with your soul. Okay? So it's very similar to what I'm showing you here right now. There's who you are, and there's what you do. And the more you can bring these closer together, the more alignment and congruency you have in your action. When you operate your business and your life this way, not this way. Many of you are like, this is who I am, but I'm doing all these other things. Stop that. Start figuring out what are the vital few things I could do that align with who I am. And inside of that, you'll start to find not only more results in less time, because you're operating from a place of power, but you're going to enjoy it more. You won't feel burned out. You'll actually enjoy the work you do. So, here's the principle, gang. Do less and do it well. Do less and do it well. Okay? If you'd like to learn more about how to take your your message, your truth, and share it out with the world in a very succinct way, the mechanics, like I said, are easy. You can apply for my 6-week program called the Groundswell Method Intensive. To apply for that program, go watch a free video at groundswellmethod.com, and on the last page of that video, there is an application button. You fill out the application and it comes to me. Okay? Here's to you, gang. Here's to you doing less and doing it well.